Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6.
Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3.
Okay, give me a second.
This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
The death of a toddler in Carson City has sparked an investigation and now an arrest. We'll have the latest details as Crime Beat tops Channel 2 News at 6:30. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Burton. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Carson City Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspicious death involving a 2.5-year-old girl. Deputies responded to the 100 block of Manzanita Terrace in Carson City on Friday to the report of an unresponsive toddler. When they arrived, authorities found the toddler's caretaker administering CPR. 2.5-year-old Koa Huwana Hernandez was rushed to the hospital. She was pronounced dead. An autopsy was performed. Results are pending. The investigation led detectives to 2 Carson City locations this weekend. They found a live pipe bomb at one location and arrested the little girl's caretaker, Eric Buell. Buell is charged with possession of an explosive device and child endangerment. He's also been named as a suspect in the death of Hernandez. And one person is in the hospital with serious injuries after a vehicle rollover in Silver Springs. Nevada Highway Patrol responded at around 10 a.m. to the crash on US 50 alternate near Damon's Curve in Silver Springs. 3 occupants were in the car, including 2 children. The driver of the car was ejected and sustained major injuries. He was taken by to Renown by CareFlight. It's not known if the 2 children suffered from injuries. US 50A has since reopened to traffic.
Now, here's meteorologist Angela Schilling's first look at the Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Today's the last day of winter and it felt more like spring. Tomorrow's the first day of spring. will kind of still feel like it tomorrow, but not for long. So enjoy the mild air while it's here. Temperatures are still pleasant outside. We're into the upper 60s, 67 still out at the Reno Airport, 51 in South Lake, mid 60s for Central Nevada, and 66 in Tonopah. So another nice day. We did see a decent amount of sunshine today, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. And you can see that a lot of the high level cloudiness is really starting to fill in here. We have more moisture aloft than we do at the surface. And we saw enough sunshine today for great skiing weather. Earlier, this sky cam was filled with lots of skiers enjoying the snow as well as the dry conditions that we had all throughout today. So we're not seeing too much in the way of rainfall, but there are a few light showers just to the northwest of Susanville, and that is due to a cold front that's just kind of stalled out or stopped right there and parked itself. And so right in front of that boundary is where we'll continue to see some light showers. In advance of it, we're also seeing some cloud cover. But overnight tonight, we will stay dry, and temperatures will be on the cool side. At 10 p.m. we'll be at about 52, but cooler air and a wetter system is knocking on our door. We'll full look at your forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Angela. As local communities battle floodwaters, we're also expecting the beginning of fire season, and Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District is gearing up for a busy year ahead. Tomorrow, they'll host an informational meeting about opportunities for people to volunteer. Elizabeth Olveda is in the newsroom with a preview of what that meeting is all about. So, Elizabeth, what is the district looking for?
Well, Jen, the district is looking to add a significant amount of volunteers to their team, so they're inviting the public out to an informational session tomorrow. They say with wildfire season right around the corner, it's very important that they have additional volunteers on staff.
We've had as many as a dozen fires burning at one time. So in order to send a resource to every report of a fire, we rely on our volunteers to sometimes even double the number of firefighters that we have on duties.
Currently, the district has about 60 volunteers on hand, but they want to add about 40 more volunteers before fire season. Volunteers would be able to choose which types of duties they want to help out with, ranging anywhere from logistical support, emergency medical services, or structural firefighting. Officials told us current volunteers range in age from their early 20s to volunteers in their 70s. We spoke to one volunteer who has been with the district for almost a year now. She says she loves giving back to her community and has some advice for those who are interested.
Come to their local stations and see, what the people are doing, and know that there's opportunities for everyone and that we need them. There's not enough resources out there.
Chief Moore encourages everyone who's interested to check out the meeting tomorrow at the Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District Administrative Offices at 6 p.m. Covering the story live in the newsroom, Elizabeth Olveda, Channel 2 News.
Sounds like a great opportunity. Thanks, Elizabeth. More flood relief efforts have been put into action in Lemon Valley. Gallons of water are being pumped from flooded areas into Swan Lake. Pumping this residual flood water was only a short-term solution after the HESCO barrier was built. But it's allowing crews to pump water out of affected roads and neighborhoods into the lake, where they say it'll stay put now because the barrier is in place.
Our goal is to get the water away from the houses and get the houses and the streets usable again.
Officials say they'll add more pumping sites along Lemon Drive. Once the HESCO barrier is completed, around the lake there will be about 5 or 6 main pumping stations overall. If you'd like to help the victims of the flooding in Lemon Valley, Washoe County is holding a donation drive next weekend. It'll be Saturday, March 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Washoe County Sheriff's Office. That's on Parr Boulevard. Volunteers will be accepting things like food, toiletries, clothing, and other household items. Volunteers with the Washoe County Sheriff's Office Citizen Corps conducted a large-scale disaster drill yesterday. About 40 volunteers exercised their training and skills in search and rescue, triage, cribbing, and first aid. The drill was designed to help train volunteers to respond to a major disaster such as a serious earthquake. The volunteers learned how to organize in the absence of first responders and to be able to help residents.
They get called out, they show up on scene, they're not sure who's going to be there, and so they have to organize themselves, get into teams, assess the situation, and go out and find people and take care of them.
The Citizens Corps is also offering a public emergency preparedness and response training academy beginning on March 30th. The training is free, no special skills are required. To sign up for training, call Program Manager Shirley Rhodes at 325-6928, or you can email her at srhodes@washoecounty.us. As the NCAA tournament heads into the Sweet 16, sports books are seeing a record-breaking amount of wagers. William Hill Sportsbook says they're on pace for a 30% increase over last year, which also was a record-breaking year. At the Silver Legacy, officials say the sportsbook was packed, led by the Wolfpack's first trip to the tournament in 10 years.
Nevada was a very popular wager, as a matter of fact, one of the most popular we had. So unfortunately, they're out. I, along with a lot of other Wolfpack fans, bemoan the fact. But yeah, we had a lot of action on Nevada.
Gray also said that the big teams like Duke, Kentucky, and Kansas will draw in a lot of money as the tournament continues. Still to come on Channel 2 News at 6:30, what does it take to fine-tune the ultimate Western horse? Jack Sutton introduces us to a local quarter horse breeder on tonight's Nevada Backroads. Next.
You're watching Channel 2 News at 6:30 with Jennifer Burton, Dallas Kolodny on sports, and meteorologist Angela Schilling with your Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Welcome back. Tomorrow's the first day of spring, but if you look around, some signs of the new season have already arrived. Jack Sutton shows us one sign in tonight's Nevada Backroads.
Out west, across the Great Divide, great open spaces are found, a land that needed a special horse. From the colonial stock and the Mustang line, America invented the quarter horse.
I'm raising quarter horses, and we're in our 70th year.
So you started when you were 9 years old?
Absolutely. No, my father-in-law started them in Reno in 1936 on Lakeside Drive. Some are a little hotter, but most of my horses are pretty quiet, and we have a lot of thoroughbred blood in these horses, and we haven't changed the horses or the blood in these horses for 70 years.
You're big and strong. You'll grow up fast. Those long legs, they're built to last. Your coat gleams like gold. Mix in a few lightning strikes, and you'll look bold. Mother and foal play out a medley as old as time.
Our basic philosophy is, if you're a good cowboy, you got to make a living with a horse, and these horses will make that living for you. And if it won't, I failed as a breeder of quarter horses.
This is the life that Carl loves. keeping the bloodline alive in the best of all places, out here in the West. Reporting in Doyle, Jack Sutton, Channel 2 News.
And we've seen some great weather for riding, but we do have a winter storm watch posted for the Sierra. It kicks in tomorrow evening. We'll full look your forecast coming up next.
Now, here's meteorologist Angela Schilling's Pinpoint 2 forecast, broadcast certified by the American Meteorological Society.
We have one more nice day, then the storminess is going to make a comeback. We'll be tracking a few different storms that will move through here throughout the week. Today, though, we did stay dry, and temperatures were once again well above average. High today, 71. That puts us about 10, 11 degrees above where we should be. So another day in the 70s, and this morning we dropped down to 41. So overnight tonight, temperatures will be slow to cool down thanks to the cloud cover. 67 degrees currently out at the Reno airport. Not too much in the way of wind. We're seeing sustained winds anywhere between 10 and 20, and we're not really getting any gusts out at the airport here this hour. Humidity 19%. Dew point is at 23. So we are drier from where we were yesterday, but we are seeing some high-level cloudiness. All the cloud cover is coming up from the southwest, and we'll see more cloud cover by Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, one more quiet day, then things will start to change around here. It's going to be an active week. We have several systems that we'll be watching, and the latter one will have cooler air along with it. We're seeing a lot of cloud cover, though, coming up from the southwest. There is a cold front draped across northwestern California. In advance of it, that's where we're seeing some very light rain. The cold front will actually move back to the northwest here tomorrow, and that will allow us to see some sunshine around noon to about 3 o'clock, but then they'll also open the door for our next storm system to move through, and that will move in late Monday evening heading into Tuesday morning. Again, in advance of it, we're just seeing some high-level cloudiness due to that cold front right now near Redding. But overall, I think tonight into tomorrow will be quiet. Tomorrow is the last day with the quiet weather, wind speeds anywhere between 10 to 20, gusts up to about 40 miles per hour. Once we get in to late Monday evening into Tuesday, that's when we'll see that low in the Pacific move in our direction here It's going to start out as rain, but it will eventually switch to snow. Snow level will drop to about 7,000 feet by Tuesday afternoon. So we'll reach pass level by then, and then by Wednesday morning, it will drop down anywhere between 6,000 to 6,500 feet. Tomorrow, though, a quiet day with temperatures similar to where they have been all weekend long. We'll even be in the lower 70s for central Nevada. Again, it's going to be nice for the first day of spring. Carson City, high of 66, 60 in Virginia City, and 70 in Reno tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day with temperatures near 70 degrees. Most of us, though, will be in the upper 60s overnight tonight. A little bit cool. We'll be in the upper 30s to the lower 40s. Out of Lake Tahoe tomorrow, 54. Mostly cloudy skies, sustained winds anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. The storm arrives Monday night into Tuesday morning, and that's also when the winter storm watch kicks in. 70 degrees in Reno tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds. I think we will see some sunshine anywhere between 12 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And as far as your 7-day forecast here, again, it's going to be stormy, especially on Tuesday with a high of 58 degrees. And mainly just will be some rain in Reno, but snow level dropping to about 7,000 feet.
All right. Thanks, Angela. Coming up in sports, the Nevada baseball team was looking to avoid a sweep this afternoon against San Jose State. They also have highlights next.
Manel lines a 2-2.
Now, here's Dallas Kolodny with Channel 2 Sports.
Yesterday in the second round of the NCAA tournament, some brackets were finally busted as Villanova, a defending national champ and #1 seed, upended by Wisconsin. And we didn't have to wait long today for more upsets. There's just something special about the 7-seeded Michigan Wolverines after surviving that plane crash about a week and a half ago. They took on the 2-seed Louisville second half. Moritz Wagner lays one in, career high 26 for him. Michigan up 6. Later, lead down the 2, but Derek Walton Jr. on the drive, he lays it in. Michigan upsets the Cardinals 73-69. Could another 2-seed from the Bluegrass State be upset? Kentucky took on Wichita State late second half. Wildcats up 2, and what does the Fox say? De'Aaron Fox with the one-hand slam. Kentucky up 4. But on the other end, the Shockers' Landry Shamet knocks down the three-pointer. They're down 1, but at the end of the game, not able to get a clean shot off Wichita State. First for the lead and then the force overtime. Kentucky survives 65-62. Of course, due to those pesky broadcast rights, we're only able to show you a couple games right now. But here are the other games that have gone final. Kansas pulled away from Michigan State to advance to the Sweet 16, 90-70. North Carolina survived a scare from Arkansas, 72-65. And the other game, that is final. Oregon able to advance to the Sweet 16, beating Rhode Island, 75-72. While Reed High alum Gabby Williams and the UConn Huskies prepare for tomorrow's Sweet 16, the NCAA Women's Tournament, news came out she'll have a homecoming next year. UConn's going to come to Lawler to take on the Nevada Wolfpack. It'll be one of 13 non-conference games for the Huskies and one of 3 on the West Coast. As you know, Nevada looking for a new head coach right now after Jane Albright retired after an 11-19 season. This will be the first ever matchup between UConn and Nevada in women's basketball. Well, the Nevada baseball team has really struggled early in their season. They started off 5-14. Earlier today, they were looking to avoid a sweep courtesy of San Jose State. Let's go to the Bay Area. The Wolfpack in an early 3-0 hole, but Grant Fennell is going to line one to left. That'll bring in a run. The Wolfpack's on the board. The guys have actually forced extra innings. Tied at 4, no outs, and runners on the corners. Micah Chavia lines one the first. That scores a run. And Nevada's up 5-4 as they go to the bottom half of the 10th. But then Evan McMahon gave up a solo homer to tie it at 5. And right here with the bases loaded, puts one in the dirt. It's a wild pitch. Spartans touch home. They sweep the Wolfpack 6-5. Now, after struggling the first 2 games against San Jose State, in which they combined for no runs and 1 hit, the Wolfpack softball team bounced back and avoided the sweep, topping the Spartans 6-2. Next up, they'll host Utah State on Friday. Stop in the association for the Trailblazers and Heat. Damian Lillard on fire in this one. Fourth quarter up 8 from way downtown. Buries the three-pointer. Trailblazers lead it by 11. Now a little more than 2 minutes ago. This time Lillard on the drive, gets the hoop, plus the harm. 49 points for him in this one. Portland wins at 115-104. Former Nevada Star and Galena alum Luke Babbitt had 3 points for Miami. Monster Energy Cup Series in the desert for the Camping World 500. Under 10 laps ago, Kyle Busch looked to be cruising to a win until Joey Logano hits a flat right front tire and he heads into the wall. He was all right, but most of the leaders were hit under the caution for 2 tires except Ryan Newman. He stayed out, took the lead on the restart. He held off the Kyles, Larson, and Busch. They didn't have enough time to catch him with fresher tires. Newman wins his first race since the 2013 season. Larson was second for the 3rd consecutive week. Kyle Busch was 3rd. Finally, final round of the Arnold Palmer Invitational on 16. Rory McIlroy chipping for eagle from way off the green. This one nearly drops in. He parred the hole and be tied for the lead, except he bogeyed 18 and fell out of the lead. You know who would eagle 16? Mark Leishman sends that one to its home to take the lead at 11 under. He holds on to win the tournament by 1 stroke.
So you watching some good basketball?
There's a lot of good basketball. We have some games going on right now. And you mentioned my bracket. I'm in the top 10 of our station pool, but who knows what will happen. I got to avoid some upsets later in my bracket.
We'll check in with you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Dallas. When we come back, we'll check in with the box office. We'll tell you how the newest Disney movie fared with moviegoers. That's next. Then Angela will have a final look at your weather. You're watching Channel 2 News. Coverage you can count on. Welcome back. For the fourth straight weekend, a new movie topped the box office, but this one might not give up the top spot so quickly. Logan is another superhero smash. It finished in third place with $17.5 million, pushing it to $184 million in domestic grosses. Kong Skull Island yielded the top spot, landing in second with $28.9 million. But Beauty and the Beast is a blockbuster. The live-action take on the Disney animated classic opened with $170 million. That's the best March debut ever. The biggest ever debut for a PG-rated movie and the #7 domestic opening weekend of all time.
I've seen it before. Not that one.
The cartoon.
The cartoon one.
Who doesn't love the cartoon?
Right?
Oh, I want to see that one though too.
Yeah, they've got the singing and yeah.
Emma Watson will always be Hermione though.
I know. Whatever.
Beauty and the Beast was always my favorite. But as far as your 7-day forecast, we're going to start to see some changes by Tuesday. Snow level will reach past level by Tuesday morning.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 11. Good night.